that you remember?
Shopping, pain,
What do you want to do the
met
recap?
some people.
Sorry, I'm teasing.
And Roya and Sid have a very fun relationship right now.
Glad to see she got the
Dynamic, that's
the
the word.
important parts. She got the important parts. Anyone else want to give it a crack?
Yeah, we spent a lot of time trying to figure out that whole system with the magic items. I think we didn't know what we were going to need. Went to try and escape through... No, I mean, we started with meeting Roya. Went to the woods, into the woods, as per Roya's request. She ran off way ahead of us. So much for sticking together. But we did go down the same path. Approached that crossroads. 2 people, 2 elvish figures. Roya spoke Sylvan. She was able to communicate with both of them. She went down, I think it was the left path. Sid and Mercy arrived. Neither of us could speak Sylvan. Mercy could speak some Elvish. Poor dude is just either not able to do or not willing to communicate with us, so sorry with whatever you were wanting us to do. We went down the path.
If you look in the chat, or the one-shot voice chat, you can see a picture of them. Would have been standing on the left would be Malvena, the Shadow Queen. On the right would have been Xander, the Fey Prince. And it's funny because it's a fork in the road as they traveled, and I don't know, would you say that she ran forward, or do you think she just knew the terrain better? Because I think you rolled a natural 20. You got just passed through. You didn't have to do like the winding path, you knew you could just cut straight through it.
Yeah, no, I definitely think it was more of the fact that she knew the terrain better and just knew how to traverse it faster.
She is speed running, getting out of here. Kimmy, I think your audio is coming through a bit. You listening to something? Kimmy?
The words "hanked up," which sounds like the name of a.
It sounds like she can. It sounds like she just connected something. Is that a radio?
Hanked up, buddy. The lemonade
hanked up.
Well, this might
Kimmy.
It sounds like a podcast. I'm interested now.
One day after his White House said he would not.
Oh, we'll see when we get back to the
listen to her.
I know. I'm so like curious. I'm like, what is this?
Yeah, it's like we're getting like 2 out of 3 words, but.
Then pause them? Well, I mean, at least we're 2 years into the Trump presidency, right? What? It's only been 80 days. All right, don't freak out. Just be cool, everybody. Hanked up. Damn it now. I'm doing it.
I'm paying her because I think she may have accidentally deafened herself instead of muted herself or something.
She's not even deaf.
Maybe.
Not on Discord, maybe. I don't know.
Alright, everybody, mark technical issues on the bingo cards. Should be right next to the free space.
I also heard our Discord notification.
Oh, Kimmy, we love you.
Oh, Kimmy.
Push to talk is being a bitch.
Hello? Hello? Is this
Hello.
working? Oh, it's oh.
Now we can hear you.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I don't know what's going on. I thought I don't know what's happening. Ignore me. I'm just, yep, okay.
Yeah, we heard what we were listening to for a bit, but we didn't hear you.
Yeah, I
were
don't-
Yeah,
saying
it somehow swapped places with you. I'm not sure why.
Yeah, I'm taking a look at my I got a new headset, so it's not it's my settings. It's my settings.
Okay, that's cool if it's a thing that it can just do. You can just put on a random thing and let that talk for you.
You know what?
Okay.
I'm extra today.
All right, let's see if this works. I'm good now. This should be better, hopefully.
Sweet.
Alright. Where were we? Elven figures? Oh no, Roya was taking the fast track.
Yeah, no, Roya, right? Roya took.
Yep.
No, she didn't take. Yeah, she took the fast track just because she knew the forest. Saw the shortcut, didn't want to take the long way around. Got there first, talked to the two individuals, and we got into that funny little fork in the road where one side is all gloomy and stormy in the dark forest, and the other side's almost a nice little valley with, a little bit of woods, trees, animals, and whatnot. And then just each of them said, pretty much, do us a solid, we'll help you get through this on the individual respectful sides. And Roy asked what that would entail. One side was help out one of my animals. I believe it was the right side would have been Xander, the prince, the druid, basically. Yeah, it's pictures there, dude with the antler horns. But then on the right, one of the queen on the other side said, for her help, hunt something while you're taking my path. And that's all she'd ask. And I believe she chose to take the left path.
Sure did.
Woo!
Okay, good. So you sure I remember that, right? Notes are all properly in order. You went there, you were about 20-30 feet, and you stopped and waited to eavesdrop what your two new companions, quote-unquote, were going to do. And you listened and figured out they did not know how to speak Sylvan. One of them managed to get some... did you say that Mercedes had broken Elvish, or did she speak it fluent?
Let me check again.
I can speak it, but you can tell I learned
No,
it.
she can
recently or
speak
whatever
Elvish.
normally.
Yeah, she's got
Okay,
that
so she's
from
fluent in it.
Father Aymar, yeah.
Right. So they were able to bridge it with a bit of Elven. Unfortunately, only the queen was willing to speak about that. It did have, I don't remember if it was right before them or them who rolled the history, and they were able to piece together, not fully, but the stories of some Fey royalty that did occasionally greet travelers like this. No one really knew how they ended up afterward. But yeah, I believe Gideon and Mercy did also. I believe you guys decided to take the left path as well because you weren't really able to get really anywhere with the Fey on your left. On your right. I'm sorry, on your right.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I
he
do
was
find
not
it
a
funny
fan
how
of
we...
you guys. Too much metal,
I do.
not enough.
Yeah. It's funny how we all end up going towards the dark, ominous, spooky path.
I know, it's like I gave you an option for something easy, then you said no.
Most
Life is
people
too
go
easy.
rogue.
Oh, you didn't do it because it was easy.
outside.
You did it because we were hard. That joke.
That didn't come out right. It cut off really badly, and it said something completely different on my end. I'm sorry.
No, that was
It
That was
wasn't
the
just
joke
you.
I
I
was
also
making.
heard it.
no, that was the joke I was making. That was intentional. That was the joke I was
I heard
making.
was
Your thing.
we are hard.
Really, I heard something different. We don't do it because it's easy. We do it because we're hard.
No, that's exactly what I said. Trying to make the joke is terrible. I know.
But anyway, yeah. Neither of you would ever know what was going to be on the right side. Only that there was someone who would have liked you to help. Who knows what that would have been? You guys go on the left side, and the Shadow Queen of that side, has simply asked you that on your way through her side of the forest, tell me something, and show it to me when you get to the other side. That's pretty much where we left it off.
Alright. I think Roya was a bit ahead of us. I'm pretty sure she just noped out of there.
So we'll start with you first. Are you waiting for him to catch up? You're going to go on ahead?
I think she would have paused to hear them because primarily it was kind of entertaining watching them struggle to speak with these elves in front of them. So I don't think she's as far ahead as she was earlier. They could probably, if they went down the path as well, see her relatively quick.
Alright.
Alright,
Did she stay there like until they started moving, or did she stay there for a little bit
jump
and then...
scare them, or
She would probably stay there for a little bit and wait till they caught up.
Hey there?
Hi. I
Decided
see
to
you
go
guys chose
walking.
this path as well.
I mean, honestly, the sunny path seemed too easy. Maybe a trap, in fact.
Do you even know
I
what
cannot understand
was
it.
down that other path?
Nope. I don't know exactly what's down here, but this is all as kind of nudging Mercy. You know, leap of faith, I guess.
You are putting a lot of faith in that leap of faith, I guess.
Well, so are you. Mercy, she said something about hunting? Something?
Huh? Me?
He was translating through you. He's double checking that the lady who is in charge of this path said that we needed to hunt something.
Oh, yes. But what kind of something?
I guess something we come across. Presumably.
Are either of you good at hunting?
Can't say I've ever have.
Do you like a revolver spin, like what's that? Not unsheath. Like draw my revolver and like do a spin with it.
So no, God.
Revolver Ocelot style. Siler, you are muted at the moment. If you are saying anything.
right. Cool. Could you roll me a quick d20?
D20?
Yeah.
Performance, sleight of hand, or just
Just a
flat
D20.
Alright. Oh, hey! Natural 1!
Cool. Roll me the damage for that gun.
Yeah, that's fair. That's fair. Let's see. Of course. Doing some math. That's 14.
All right.
Assuming that's including the modifier, or should I take that off?
That's including the modifier. Just roll something. Now it's 1, 2, 3, 6. Oh boy. 2. Oh, no, only 2, Jesus.
I rolled a nat 1 on this, and I'm gonna make this a lot harder for us, I bet. Of course.
So, Can I get a dexterity saving throw from both of you?
Both of who?
Mercedes and Royal.
Okay.
Oh.
Woof.
Well, Kimmy, I'm glad you're here for Lydian's crowning achievement, apparently.
Unexpected PvP, possibly.
Oh my gosh.
Almost certainly if Roy gets hit.
Is it a dexterity save or just a dexterity check?
Dexterity saving. I'll give you a save.
That would be 21.
21. Excellent.
No, I lied. 25.
25. Ooh, even more
I
so.
thought that was gonna go lower,
Excellent.
and I was so worried.
And I was gonna say, wait, whoa, this is a saving throw. Are you? Negative shouldn't be in saving throws. Like, is there an item you picked up? No. Okay, and you're a ranger, right?
I sure am.
Yeah?
Oh. Yeah, just double checking and trying to remember if you had something for this. If you were a rogue, it'd just be a lot easier. Sorry for that, but yeah, no. Mercy, you'll take the full 14 damage.
Ow.
Oh yeah, you'll take this.
I was not pointing it at her. Can I
Here's the thing: you spun
voluntarily
it.
take
The thing is that you spun it, and the thing you spin it by is
Away
also
from
the thing
people.
where the trigger is. Except when it goes off, there's kind of can spin anywhere. Which is the
Okay,
unfortunate
so it-
problem. A lot of people, yeah, that's like a big mistake some people do when they try to do tricks. If it does go off, that force will literally fling it either out of your hand or get it to spin even faster, and possibly away from where you want it. And then I rolled it, and unfortunately, it happened twice, but only one of them was able to.
So it goes off twice?
Yeah.
God damn it. Oh, Mercy, are you okay?
I'm alright.
As soon as that
Mercy, I'll let you choose. I'll let you choose where you get hit, but it's gonna wing you either in the leg or the arm. This wasn't center mass, but
I'd
Little
say
over.
the arm, left arm.
well, you got grazed pretty nastily in the part like in between the armor where it wasn't a stick. You do recognize, yeah, the brother's weapons. Those are pretty powerful.
Shit, Merzus makes those tricks look so easy.
I'm fine too. She says as she's
Yeah, I was about
holding
to
her
say.
shoulder. Thanks for
I was
your
gonna ask
concern.
when I said your-
Did she get hit?
She did unfortunately also get hit. This was an area of effect kind of thing where it's one of the special versions I do with gunslingers. You can essentially fan the hammer to make like a quick area of effect where they can either roll out of the way.
I thought you said one hit Mercy and one hit one missed.
No, this
Some hit?
essentially this was a quick spray, and unfortunately hit both.
Of course, I can shoot that fast when shooting my allies. Shit. Damn it. He'll still go over to Mercy first. And he's gonna give a cure wounds over to her.
Oh, thanks.
That normally doesn't happen, I swear.
Yeah,
I'll take your
like,
word for it.
Merlin probably did that when the gun was empty, which is why that's never happened.
Probably, yeah. That's 10 HP healing for you, Mercy.
Thank you.
Note to self: don't try and do any tricks with those. Then, that's another going over to you, Raya. As long as you're not like resisting his help, he's gonna try and do a cure wounds over to you, but
No, she's expecting.
You know,
all right, that's another.
cure wounds does require physical contact, unfortunately. So if she was to try to shank you back, you're going to be in prime position.
Another 10 HP though.
Back up to full, right?
Sure.
All right.
Ah, there we go. No harm left.
I think he probably like dropped the gun when it kind of fired in his hand, but he goes and heals up the others, and then before going and picking it up.
It's at this point you think of the idea of some kind of safety lock on your guns to keep them from misfiring when you're doing these tricks.
Safety lock, or at least adding like a extra outside ring to like put a finger through if you want to try and do tricks. Probably both would be good.
Oh yeah.
Maybe I can make it full auto.
You could definitely try, though. That'd be a dangerous concept. Because full auto means a lot more. Guns got to be a lot more durable. Got to be able to take it.
Yep. A little busy at the moment though, so not gonna like stop and work on that now.
Yeah. Oh. So what are you guys doing? Well, you've now waited for your two new comrades.
I feel like I wait for people and then I get shot. This is why I don't work well in group.
It is not making a good impression on Roya.
Ah, damn it! They're off to such a good start.
Were
Wait,
we?
didn't you guys
Were
shoot at
they?
each other?
They were kind of two of a kind, but
Yeah,
I
she
can't
shot
remember, like,
at me, and then
Yeah,
I threw a shield at her.
That's romance. That's full on romance.
Through a shield.
Listen,
Guys,
I
guys,
didn't.
don't have a
I
baby
didn't
yet.
shoot an arrow at you. I shot it next to you.
In my
Yeah,
general
okay,
Amber
Heard.
before it hit
They
you,
were, you
yes.
know, showing off. They were showing off their fancy new toys. She's got a cool bow that teleported a chair to her, and she sat down. He did this whole thing with like summoning a shield just in case. Then he threw it at her and tried to make it disappear. But then another magic item kind of messed with that and kind of glitter bombed
glitter.
her back.
You know what? I'm fine with the glitter bomb, frankly.
And then they kind of they were studying the magic item that did that for a good bit. It's too bad nobody got the gloves. That would have been so much fun.
Yeah, I don't think we really understood how that system worked. Somebody should put instructions on these things. Or we probably should have asked, I guess. Probably would have been a good idea.
That probably would have worked. That and those gloves are technically made for another adventures. You could have used them here, but they wouldn't have been as useful with what they do.
That's fair. When my hands don't decide to fuck up majorly, I'm normally pretty good at killing stuff. So, should be fine.
Well, I'm going to need you to switch your mindset back to normal so that we don't die here.
Right. Guess we should probably get looking.
Royal will give a singular nod and then start moving forward.
All right. You guys following?
Yeah.
Yep.
I'm following.
Great. If I could get a marching order, and I could just get survival checks from everybody.
think probably Roy in
go in-
front, or
yeah, she's our leader
Yeah, Roy in
at the
front.
moment.
yes.
I'll go next.
No, you-
I'll be a
Alright.
meat shield for Sidian.
I'll hold up the caboose then.
Was-
And there's
I will-
something.
Wow. No, sorry, go ahead.
Oh, yeah, something attacks from the back. I guess I'll be the meat shield for you.
24 survival.
All right.
Survival. Oh, hey, +0. 12.
Okay, and Mercedes. Survival check.
Okay. That's a scroll down. That's a 5.
Hell, let's see. Sim, you find yourself almost staggering behind. Sidian, as you're trying to keep the caboose, you find that Mercedes is starting to slow down a bit, and Roya is once again gaining distance. As you see that you kind of get into a bit of a muddy kind of patch as you're going across, and Roya is able to just jump from the more solid places of it, while you see that Mercedes is struggling. Her boots are kind of sinking into the mud, almost like half a foot deep with every step. She's slowing down a bit. You've hit difficult terrain for this little stretch.
Let's see, what might be able to help with that? I mean, I guess I could, cast Fly, but that might be a little excessive at the moment. I guess... Mercy, do you want to get levitated?
I'm not opposed to it.
I guess we're still just in this situation, as this is happening. We don't know if we're going to get ambushed or if we're going to just be fine to go into the next scene, right?
Yeah?
Yeah. Let me double check. Oh yeah, 2 charges should be fine. Sure, I'm gonna use the Staff of Power that Sid grabbed from the vault, and he's going to... I think what he does is he just kind of taps her on the forehead with the staff, and nothing happens just for a moment, but then you kind of get this weightless feeling, and he's just gonna kind of grab you by the shoulders and just lift you up out of the mud a bit, like you weigh nothing, because currently you do weigh nothing. I think
Woo!
Sid's gonna set her height with levitate to just on the surface, so she can still propel herself with her feet, hopefully. So I think he sets the height, but this way she can still move on her own.
Cool.
That, or I mean, I can hand you a rope and I can just pull you along like a balloon. It only lasts 10 minutes though, so...
Just pull me out. Or
Well, do I need to roll anything to pull her out, or are we good, or?
are
I
we
mean,
good?
the magic alone should be what levitates her out of there, so that should unstick her, really.
Unstuck. Alright.
Free to walk and or carry or balloon drag her along, as you wish. Question, Roya, have you stopped to witness all this, or you just kept on trucking?
I think she probably initially would have kept on going, but then every now and then she'd be like, all right, I have 2 people that have never traversed in a forest before in their lives. And she'll turn around and wait for them.
Great.
You, you turn around and like I'm just imagining like seeing Sid walking Mercedes like a balloon.
You know what? Whatever works.
That's great. Okay, so with that 21, you are able, in fact, to see a few tracks that are leading up ahead. They're not fresh. They're a little old. Thinking maybe half a day. If you could roll me just one more survival or histories. Your choice.
Either way, that's a natural 1. Though I will say with my modifier, that bumps it up to 11.
Animal, you think? Animal probably made these, yeah. Animal.
Definitely. Definitely
Yeah.
animal.
That's obviously that's well no, that's that you saw that and that's what you think. That animal probably made that.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, as you guys continue to go on ahead, I'm assuming?
Yep, following Roya
More or
very
less
carefully.
what you guys see as part of the brush, and you're following more like this little makeshift path. You guys are essentially starting from the 2, essentially going forward, and I do need everybody's passive perception. Assuming you're keeping the same marching order.
Yeah.
17.
13.
Excellent.
People with good perception in the front.
Yeah.
I'll let Mercy down once we're through the mud and difficult terrain.
You know, it lasts a few minutes once the spell's basically about to end. You guys finally get to a bit more hard earth, almost like a grooved path where things travel through here. Roya, still in front, correct?
Yeah.
And you see up ahead that there is an oddity in the path ahead of you. Just past where some of the shrubbery thins out, you see like a path that's less worn but a bit more open to your left, just up ahead. On your right, you see there's an odd wooden structure, almost like someone tried to go for a treehouse on your left, but just never really finished. Or just abandoned it halfway, but it's in the center, roughly between that little section that you can see that the trail is kind of off. The natural patterns of the ground, it becomes even and uneven, where you see the ground simply, instead of it being the ground, you see it almost looks like a flattened out covering of dirt, leaves, rocks, and it hits you for a second. That looks like what you'd use to hide a trap, and you're not entirely sure what, but you feel like this might be something you probably want to step around. You're the only one who sees this. Your other companions do seem to be looking around, trying to get their own bearings on the thing, trusting your being the one going forward. As they just finished untying the one who just got caked in mud.
I'll prestidigitation her boots clean, so it's easier for her to walk.
And they are clean and pristine. And it's a weird kind of contrast because the rest of her is just a little bit, messy from the day, but boots, immaculate.
Probably a bit easier to walk in.
I had a roll for it, and yeah, Roya will point out the trap that is laid out so that they can avoid stepping into it. Mainly because it seems like it would cause more problems than she really wants to deal with at the moment.
All right, nice. Do you point out like the watchtower? I'm assuming that's what it is. Off to the side,
Possibly.
or just stepping around the letting us know to step around the trap.
I think Roya is under the assumption that you guys can see the watchtower, so she doesn't verbally say anything.
Unfortunately, only Roya and Mercedes said your passive was a 12.
13.
13. Yeah, and you two can see it. Sidian, you wouldn't see the treehouse watchtower, but you do see the path to the left that goes into the side. It looks a bit less taken. Still has some shrubbery and vines in there, some overgrowth. But you do know that looks like a possible path to take.
Interesting. All right. Now that it's been pointed out, can he see the trap?
Now that it's been pointed out, I'm gonna take another look. Give me an active perception check.
Oh, active perception. Gotcha.
Yep. Question though, how close have you guys gotten to the actual trap?
Roya would probably warn them enough to where they're a safe distance away, because I don't think she trusts them to get close to.
So what you guys are like? 20 feet, 10 feet, 5 feet from it? How close do you get before you let them know, or do you keep going, go around, or do you just point it out, or do you stop to point it out?
I think probably about 15 to 10 feet out, she would point it out to them, and then do her best to go around.
And that was a 15, by the way.
Alright, then you notice exactly what she does. The ground is too even, too not like the rest. And it seems like an odd little piling of leaves, rocks. Stick or two, it's just buried in there. Go ahead and everybody can roll me a quick history check.
Yeah, that was going to be like if you can tell what sort of trap this might be, or if there's some sort of culture or creature type that would make traps like this typically.
13 for history.
13,
History, 16.
16, and going in opposite order this time. Sidian, you figured out first. Mercedes, you remember your brother telling you about this once. And Roya, takes you a while to figure it out while they start talking about this. Ambush practice. Sometimes use items like this either as a trap to include, or they themselves are waiting in said thing as ambush. You're not entirely sure which or what you're dealing with exactly, but you do know that this does bear great resemblance to such events. So either when you step in, when this would be triggered, something would, assuming it's still here, would cause it to come out and try and pounce, if it's not already down there waiting for you as a burrowed trap instead of a pit.
You know, if we're meant to be hunting something, perhaps this could be something that we were to hunt, whoever set this trap? Or do we want to look for some other creature?
Well, this might be as good as any to at least investigate. Someone clearly does not want us to go this way.
We can toss a rock on the trap, if you'd like.
Or we could just not activate the trap at all and continue forward to hunt down this creature.
It would likely try stalking us in some form. But if that's what you wish to do.
Do I see any tracks around the trap itself?
Nothing out of the ordinary, nothing that gives you any distinguishing other than just normal dirt, the foliage strewn about. Give me a quick perception. Do you get advantage with these? I'm trying to remember. Certain rogues with like the territory they're good with. For rangers. Don't remember.
I get to double my proficiency bonus, so expertise with this.
Nice. Sweet.
Woo! You said perception, right?
Yeah.
12. I rolled a 2.
Okay. Yeah, no, cool. How close do you get when you're trying to look around?
5 feet away-ish.
5 feet away-ish, you're looking around. Just looking around.
Yes, I'm just trying to see if there's any tracks that lead either to or away from the...
Yes, okay, and as you look around, you don't see any tracks.
Then continuing on the way we came.
Cool. Alright, just avoiding that trap, going, just keep going forward?
Yep.
Alright, Mercedes, Sidian?
Onward.
Stepping around, yeah.
Okay, onward and upward, just keep following the path.
Probably something
Yep.
here to interact with and engage with, but the
Enough, you're going,
hunting
you're
expert seems to want to continue on, so
Yeah, no. And you do, and you keep going. It'll be another roughly 10-15 minutes before you do stumble. You see that there is a large gorge with a bridge up ahead. You can tell because the opposite side of the bridge is slightly more elevated than the other one, so you can see that there's a large crevice, roughly 40 feet across. You don't know how long it goes because you haven't gotten that close to it yet. And quick, just completely
Sure, this is
random
safe.
note. I'm sure you guys will be fine. Completely random note. One of the earliest ninja lessons taught by this one little character called Takekashi. People hardly ever look up when they're looking around. It's the weirdest thing.
Interesting, but I can believe that.
Yeah, and you'd be surprised how many people are just looking around when they're like on patrol or guard duty or something. You never actually think to just look up.
good old Spider-Man rule.
Yep.
Yeah. Unless they're in somewhere where you'd think to look up. That or they assume that their kind of cone of vision, kind of the higher points that takes up will alert them to something. They don't look directly up.
So.
So we're coming in at number 2 again on this one.
Yes.
The bridge, I assume, doesn't look super stable.
Does not.
Anything above us?
Yeah, if movies have taught me anything, that thing's gonna snap.
Yeah.
No, nothing above you. Just for this quick patch of clearing, the trees seem to have fallen back. It seems to be a more rugged, mountainy rock area, but it does go back into more forest as soon as you cross the bridge, roughly 30 to 40 feet after you finish crossing the bridge.
All right. Let's see.
What do you
I
guys
mean, we can do the levitate again. How far down does this crevice go?
Do you go up to the edge to look?
Yes, but with sure footing. Don't push me, Roya.
Look, now that you said it, now I'm
Actually, got a feeling about something else, but yeah. We actually will for Sid to see what he would think of this. But he is still gonna kind of approach the edge cautiously and kind of look to see how far this goes down.
Alright, roll me that perception check.
Perception, alright. I am not built for perception. Oh, another 15.
15. You can tell that this is bigger than you can currently clearly see, and you do see it go down into darkness. If there's a way you'd like to test if it goes further than what you can see, or if it's just the trick of the light or absence of it.
Alright. You check the light. I think that out of curiosity, he's going to. Is there like dust or dirt on the ground that he can like pick up, or like gravel or something?
You can go down there. It takes you a bit. This seems to be mostly solid, but you do find a few rocks, pebbles. Nothing bigger than like a third of your fist.
Alright. He's gonna just. Yeah, he'll actually look to his other two companions like, just out of curiosity, I'm gonna try something. Read this in a book once. And he's gonna try like tossing this, like not on the bridge. Maybe I should try on the bridge, but he's gonna try like tossing some to the side of the bridge to like see if there might be either, you know, an illusion, or it's just painted really well, or some sort of like invisible walkway or something. Yes, I'm thinking this might be a Temple of Doom. Not Temple of Doom. Raiders of no, Last Crusade. Damn, really took me three tries.
Had to name,
remember the right Indiana
name
Jones
the other
movie.
two first. Alright, you do so. And they start to hit the side of the edge first, because on your side, on the opposite side, you see it's a clear, sheer cliff. On your side, you can see that it's sloped.
Okay.
It slopes outward. So yours kind of hits the thing and starts rolling down. And you see it, and it goes. And as it does, it hits a few of the rocks. It actually loosens a few other ones. And you can hear them going down, pitter, patter, and just fall and fall until they're no longer in sight. And fall.
Okay. Yeah, seems like a real. Seems like a real chasm.
You don't hear anything. And you
Only
send
the
a few stones
finest
down.
genuine chasms.
Real, authentic chasms. Sorry.
Intrusive thoughts. Jump.
Don't tempt me.
Look, I'm not saying I don't have a plan if you guys do that. I'm just saying, do what you gotta do.
Yep. Well, Roy, you want to try the bridge?
You know what? Yeah, I'm gonna try the.
Well, that was easy.
Alright, Roya, you go
Stepping
up in
onto
the
the-
bridge, and the second you step onto this thing, you can hear it creak, and you can hear the rope groan, and there is nothing, that is just the bridge at the bottom. There's nothing like handholds or anything, and it is shaky. You can walk across it.
I'm going to continue to walk across.
Alright. Obsidian Mercedes. You watch as she walks across it. Anything
Yeah,
you guys
just-
know?
Yeah, we'll watch one at a time.
Encouraging, sabotaging, placing bets, anything?
You can do it.
Slightly tempted
Cut
to
the
shoot out a
rope.
board under her while
Cut the rope.
she's in the middle. Fun now.
The rope. Cut it.
I was like, I'm just starting to wonder how much you've thought that through, because if you do that, what's stopping her from cutting her side of the bridge?
Oh yeah. Well, I mean, her falling to her death would be what would be stopping her, but let's not do
That's
that.
if she falls.
Yeah.
That's assuming she falls or that she doesn't do it until
If-
she's on her side. Because, like, what's it going to take for her to get to roughly her side, slice the bridge, and then just keep looking?
Yeah.
Now, like, realistically, you guys got spells and stuff that could probably help get you to the other side. But, you know,
Oh yeah.
why waste these resources?
I mean, if I fall, I could just cast Fly on myself and fly right back up. But let's
Yeah,
avoid that, yeah. Well, does she make it to the other side?
She does.
Alright,
Who's next?
alright.
I'll go next.
Yeah,
Let's see
that
if
should work.
this armor is just enough poundage for this thing to snap.
Yeah, that's
Well, Mercy, actually, since she is the
Yeah,
heaviest,
she's going. She's already said she was going.
no, I'm meeting with the armor.
I
Heavy
know,
armor.
I'm just joking.
I was
Yeah, no,
gonna
you
offer
can-
to,
You
like,
can
get a-
audibly hear it even louder than it was with Roya, this strain of this goes. And as you start walking, now, like, are you going in confident steps? Or are you doing like the 1 and wait to see if it's okay, then 2, just step by step? Or how are you doing this,
Yeah,
Mercy?
step by step, very carefully, listening to
Step by
each
step.
creak.
Careful, concise, but you're getting there. Slow and steady. And at the 5th step, you hear a snap.
Oh shoot!
And
do we have?
you have 1 action before you start to free fall.
1 action. Shoot, what do I do?
Unfortunately, you are 10 feet from the edge where your bridge started. I'm going to assume Sidian was next there, like at the edge, ready to start his own, but not actually getting on it until you were clear and
Yeah,
safe.
no, don't want to.
But he is 10 feet away from you, so not able
I'm
to
not
grab
able
you
to
back,
grab you.
unfortunately. But you have an action before you start to go down. And
Okay.
Let's see what
Well, my
happens.
first instinct would be to get a handhold on like some of the rungs on this bridge and just like hold
There are
on
no
and
rungs.
brace for impact.
no rungs. This is just the bottom of the bridge.
So but is it like made out? So it's just rope, or
It's
boards
just
or-
rope and planks.
Okay, yeah.
And you heard something snap, and it's starting to teeter, like you're about to fall.
Yeah, I'm just gonna hang on to the nearest piece of rope, plank, whatever, and hold on for dear life.
Great, give me a strength check.
I mean, she's strong, so this ought to be good. Watch, I'll just roll in that one. Oh, a 6,
Well,
you know.
don't say
Let's
that.
see.
Don't say that one. It's bad luck.
Okay. Alright, let's see. Strength total with my bonus, that's 12.
Okay, that is enough as it snaps one side, and then as you continue to hold on, snaps to the second, and you essentially swing down. You're now essentially holding on, still successfully holding on to this, but you do kind of swing to the side of the cliff. Take one of these, which is about 30 feet. You take 5 points of bludgeoning damage as you hit the other side. As your body hits the side of the cliff, basically. You're basically 30 feet from the top edge of the cliff, and you can still hear the rope of the bridge straining as you are holding onto it, though. But Mercy, your play, Roya, anything you'd like to add to this? Because you just saw her take her first few steps and then roughly hear a snap, started to fall, she grabbed onto the bridge, and then that caused it to finish snapping, and she just basically just swung down and hit the side of the cliff.
Is it on the far side or the near side that it swung to?
It swung to the far side, so she is now on the side that you're trying to get to, but you can see that the rope is still straining. It's probably not going to last too much longer.
Yeah.
You are currently on the other side, roughly 35 feet away.
It looks panicked, but there's not too much he can do.
Can I fire an arrow at her?
Ow.
You certainly can.
I'm assuming it's like a rope arrow, and you're not just trying to kill her or knock her while she's down.
They slipped
Don't.
right through my
Who was-
fingers.
Now look, don't mess up her Mulan reference. Just let her do
Well, I
this.
want to use the arrow of transport again. If she is about 35 feet, as long as she's within 60 feet of me, then I can teleport her.
You will have to go onto the bridge, like step onto the thing to aim straight down, or unless you want to get to the side of the thing and aim to the side. But you are essentially going to have to like look over the side of the cliff because it is sheer straight down.
Yeah, I'm gonna do that.
Great. Alright, go down, make the shot. And one more thing. Give me die, I'm going to use your die. Let's see how this goes.
I hope it goes well for them.
31.
It does. The bridge is strained and extremely rackety holds. So Mercy does not continue to fall. And you said how much was it to hit?
A 31 to hit.
Yeah. Mercy, does that hit your armor class?
Yes, it does. By
Well,
10.
Aldi, you see your friend Voya launch an arrow of light at you. It's a weird kind of feeling to see this. And actually, Roy, why don't you narrate what happens to your friend Mercedes as you shoot her with this arrow of light?
Yeah, so as this arrow of light hits you, Mercedes, it kind of illuminates your armor to be this almost lime green color before you are teleported. Just pop 10 feet away from me. So probably in front of me. Boop.
Nice.
And you see a very
God.
a very like judgmental looking Roya.
Thank you.
Oh, part of me was tempted to just say, unfortunately, only the armor teleports. She's still hanging there.
Not without her armor. Ooh.
Next
Next time, don't make me use that.
Yeah.
Well, I didn't mean for this whole bridge to snap, obviously.
I would hope so. And then she's gonna call back to City. Are you gonna be able to make it across? Or do you also need assistance?
I think I'll be able to handle it. And I think... yeah, I think this is what he's going to do.
Leroy
I
Jenkins,
think I'm
jump!
pretty good. Yeah, no, he's just going to start backing up. Kind of backing away from the cliff's edge. I don't know what either of your reaction's going to be at the moment.
You can do
I
it!
think Roya's looking at you with a little bit of curiosity.
I was half expecting her to turn to like Mercedes and like, if I have to shoot your brother, I'm gonna shoot him for real afterward.
There's no guarantee this arrow's working twice.
I mean, I'm tempted to just say, because if we are going to jump, there's that section closer to the top where you're actually, the two sides of the cliff are closest to each other. So I'm also, that's less runway room, and then there also might be something blocking the way or something. He would go a little on the higher end where it is a little bit closer though. And he's going to have something ready in case he fails. I'm gonna message you, Siler.
So like, don't you have a spell that just makes you jump a far distance? Like, yeah, let's do something complicated.
Sorry, I'm typing.
I'm actually surprised you didn't ask how many times she could do the arrow to a 40 thing, so you wouldn't have to waste your stuff.
No, it's fine. He can waste his stuff.
Originally, I was just planning it's like, I mean, I'll just try and cross the bridge, but evidently somebody didn't want to use the rope as extra support. All right. Which also just checking in with you because I know that might depend on the DM. Want to check if that will work.
Alright. Message sent, or are you still waiting for it?
I'm still waiting for it to arrive.
Come on, Internet. Need you to work right now, buddy.
Sorry, any luck? I sent a few other messages, but I don't know if they've come through.
Okay, he can attempt this, but it's going to be a real hit and miss because I believe the ruling with Misty Step is you have to see where you're aiming it.
Okay.
Because like, if you jump and you like aim it and you try to go for that,
Well, if you're gonna say it, then I guess there wasn't any reason to try and hide it. But no, that's fair. He's still gonna try and do that though. Jump, and then there's probably gonna be some sort of spell check, I assume, to do it in time.
I mean, roll me an intelligence check.
For Sid?
Yeah.
Flat intelligence. Yeah, that's cocked. Oh! Of course I rolled on this. Natural 20, plus 4, 24.
Yeah, then you're able to see that you can take the maximum distance calculated in your head. And essentially, as long as you can see where you wanted to aim, you essentially let it go off before you lose line of sight on where you're trying to aim for. So
Yeah.
you can, and with the running start, you're able to get a 10-foot jump before you add your initial strength, which I think is like 3 times whatever your strength is for a long jump.
Right. Yeah. That, or
So
I think
do
you
that.
can try doing more with a roll or anything. Which I mean, that would be enough to clear, because it's, I mean, the bonus is +1, it's scores 12. But he's going to try and just jump the cliff, long jump. Maybe do a flip on the way.
Well, you need an acrobatics check to try to do the flip, and you need the spell to clear it across the way because you have
Actually,
so-
probably no flip, just to make sure that he doesn't screw himself over if he does fall. That probably would not be a good idea. He's going to skip the flip.
Okay, skip the flip. But what's your strength score?
It's +1. So if it's
No, like
times
the number,
3, then that would
like the full
it's
number.
12. 12 is the score. Yeah.
Okay, so 12 is the score. Then you've only got 24 feet. That's wouldn't be enough to make it fully across. It's not tripled is only when you're under a specific spell.
Oh, you're talking about the jump spell, yeah.
Yeah, that's what I thought you were going to use. But if you're just doing a normal jump, the best you could get
Okay.
with an athletics check, it would be 24 feet because you essentially double what you got.
Okay.
Yeah, as
Would
I
that be
understand it,
enough,
you
or-
can jump. Yeah, you need an athletics
Let's
check
also
to
try
try to
to-
get the full 24 feet,
Yeah.
and then do the Misty Step, or you can try the Misty Step and try to clear it all, but you will be landing on like the very.
He's also going to try and do it at a more narrow spot, because it does kind of vary, depending on where. So would I try and roll, or would that even matter? Or
No, you still have to roll.
okay, still roll the athletics, or is this acrobatics?
You still roll the athletics or acrobatics. I'll give you the choice.
Okay, I'll do acrobatics then. And let's see how this goes. That is an 18.
Yeah, perfectly that. You time it and take a running start, big jump. And you're actually able to clear almost halfway before, just before it looks like you're about to not make it. Hop. And you can describe how you'd like to Misty Step toward the other side.
So yeah, the two of you see he runs. Kind of takes several steps back. Kind of does some mental calculations in his head, then kind of hypes himself up for a moment. He takes those running steps forward, launching himself off the ledge, going soaring through the sky for just a moment. Takes a good distance, but then you see he begins descending, not seeming to be able to clear this. And as you see him kind of disappear over the ledge, perhaps, you two are more observant than he is, so you might be able to see just a hint of fog or mist envelop his head before he plunges below where you could see him.
Huh.
Do this. He waits a moment to see what everybody's reaction will be. You all looking over the edge, any sort of visible reaction? In this brief
Like,
moment?
yeah, like, oh, nail biting, like, oh gosh, don't die.
Perhaps expecting a hand to, stick up from over the ledge.
Oh, yeah.
You perhaps wait a moment, and you see in your peripheral vision Stan Sidian just kind of looking over the edge with you all. It's like, what are we looking at?
Ah!
Another Crusaders reference.
Neat trick.
Comes in handy. I preferred to make it, but such is life. Well, I guess off to the next adventure.
Yes.
I'm just gonna look up. There's probably like a tree branch or something I could have like slung a grappling hook over above us, wasn't there?
No.
No?
Particular instance, no. There is a massive crevice that looks almost bottomless that goes on for a good few miles in either direction. That this bridge was the only way across that is now gone.
Yeah, I don't think a single casting of Mending is gonna just automatically fix that.
Probably not. You do also notice at this time that the other half of the bridge finally snaps loose and the bridge starts to fall. You can hear it clattering. and clattering, and clattering, clattering. Quiet.
It's just gonna. Yeah. Yeah, that seems like a long cavern. Maybe it's a bottomless pit. Who knows? Sid's just gonna pick up a
You
rock.
guys-
Oh, sorry.
How about
Oh no, Sid's just gonna pick up a rock from the ground and write on the wall on the side that they're on now. Sorry. In big letters.
in the common tongue, in any specific language?
Well, it doesn't seem to share any languages with the two people we've encountered. So yeah, probably common tongue. They might be a little bit more freaked out if I wrote in Infernal.
That's a maybe.
Either that, or it's like, oh hey, the devil said I'm sorry. What the hell?
What could be so bad that would make him say sorry?
What did he do?
Well, I'm sorry in the language of the hells. That's concerning.
Yeah. Like, there is almost certainly a trap somewhere around here. We are going to die a horrible death.
But yeah, you guys made it across.
Yay!
What are you guys going to do now?
Congratulations, Roya, on being the only one of us to cross normally.
Not surprised.
I mean, I guess keep on trucking.
That's
Yeah.
fantastic. All right, marching order and some survival and perception.
Same marching order, I reckon.
Yeah, I think same.
Hey, my first decent roll of the night.
Do you want both a survival and a perception check, or did you just want the reminder on the passive perception?
You can use a passive to skip on the roll if you want, but I do need a survival check from everyone. A perception check if you want to roll for it, or you can just use your passive.
I think I'll roll for it.
I rolled the same, 17.
Survival is 5, but the perception is 18.
Survival 17.
All right. And as you guys continue, you actually start to see some tracks, something. Not entirely sure of what. Never really been to the forest before, unless one of you guys would like to try for an intelligence check. Roy, what was the survival?
I mean, I'll roll a intelligence
20,
check.
dirty 20.
Okay, so dirty 20 with the 17. Yeah, no, and with your you're also able to see these tracks. Different from the ones you encountered last time, at the very beginning. And they do seem to be taking you somewhere as you guys do continue marching. It's almost been a full 2 hours since you've parted ways with the strange babe.
Been a while, but they said
And
this was
as
the
you
quick way
do-
out.
You see a clearing up front that seems to lead out into an odd-looking river. Yeah, I'll be starting at 1 east. But this is very far away. You guys haven't actually reached 1 yet. But you see it up ahead.
Alright. I'm getting deja vu to your former party, Roya. Them dying off of a river.
I mean, is this possibly TPK 2.0? Who knows?
Oh,
I think at that point Roy is just cursed.
I was like,
If that happens.
At that point, stop trying to go with parties. Soloing is how you survived for years. Keep doing that.
You're a bad luck charm,
I
Roy.
mean, that was originally my intention.
You're
But
bad luck for
no.
other people. You do pretty well on your own.
True, I am good luck for me, which is really all that matters when you think about it.
I have bad luck charm stuck in my head.
Alright, but are we pushing forward?
Onward.
Indeed.
Where are we at this point? Are we at the position 1, or somewhere else? Are we going fishing?
Well, you're about to approach 1. Who got what on the intelligence checks?
Oh, we are rolling intelligence? Okay.
If you
Yes,
choose. If you're curious about the tracks that seem to lead this way.
That is an unnatural 20. Unless I could add Arcana or History or something else, in which case it may well be higher.
Not for this one.
9. I'm more straight smart than
Oof.
book smart.
Are you?
Yeah, that's
Yep.
a 4 for me.
I'm not a nerd.
Well, Sidian, you'll be the only one to get this. These tracks specifically, and you've read about this, having to figure out a few things for you're looking at familiars. These are the tracks of a type of feline, but it is very, very large. It's almost guaranteed to be something mean, big. You can't exactly tell what it is based on the paws alone, because that's something that you studied specifically, but you recognize the very big imprint of what calatrices do sometimes to mud.
It's like a...
But
So, large feline, though I guess some avian qualities, perhaps?
something like that, but it's a bit different. Also, Calatrus could sleep in the center paw of that and still have a little room.
Much larger.
Yes.
Something large, feline, and probably with wings, so keep your eyes up. Maybe a griffin, maybe something else.
Ooh, griffins are cool.
Not if they're hunting you.
Well, true.
I do love that Mercy's first inclination is, ooh, new friend.
Well, they are very majestic. And this is the one from Quest to Camelot. It's just a bumbling idiot.
Or the ones from The Witcher, which are unfortunately very nasty.
Yeah. Nasty. And they're cool, but nasty.
Yeah, no, they're very, very unfortunate.
I guess also checking in before we get too far into this instance. Time, how's everybody doing?
I'm doing good. I don't know
Good.
about everybody else.
Sounds good.
Good.
So I'm just trying to make it a habit to check it around 10 o'clock, or 10 o'clock CST.
More or less. Alright, so everyone's good to keep going? Good to keep going?
Oh, good for now, yeah.
Alright, then as you guys, this is at the time you guys now approach 1. Sidian's warned you. So you guys got your, looking around. Now do you guys continue on the path?
Yep.
Keep an eyes up.
All right.
We
I
haven't
think that's
gotten
a
enough
nest.
damage to stop going.
I think that's a nest over in the corner there, but I don't know if we see that yet.
You do not see that just yet. But you did, in fact. That is, in fact, a nest. You'll see it eventually. Go ahead and roll
Alright.
some perception checks as you guys walk forward. So assuming you're continuing on the trail.
What check do you say?
Perception. If you'd like to roll, or use passive as you continue to walk.
Can I use that, like, 18 that I rolled before?
Not with this one. That was on your way there. This is
Okay.
now that you're in this new area.
Fair enough.
I will
not
use my
terrible.
passive.
17. Anyone else?
14. I got a 14 there.
13.
Alright. Alright. Now, City and Mercedes, you guys looking around and things look okayish until you pass this large tree and you look to the left and you do see what looks like a large nest. And you look to see some odd looking stones in it. That's what you can see. Roya, with yours, you can very clearly see that there is something in the water that is coming from the far distant shore's bottom right corner, but it is headed toward the that little pier. You can kind of see the bubble trail going that way. And you can see it slowly coming up this way. What are you doing?
I will point that out to the other two. It looks
What
like we
is
may
that?
have company.
Oh shit, those are eggs. Do we see any, like, way out of this area at the moment?
Unless you're trying to go for a swim or just go into thick, uncharted jungle.
Okay.
If you're trying to straight up leave, then that's about it. If you're trying to hide, there's some large tree with thick leaf foliage. To your left, there's the log that's been tipped over that looks kind of hollowed out. So that kind of puts you really close to what you now identify as a nest. And then there's that small pond of oddly clear water compared to the other little swampish looking water that's around here. This particular area, but there's that. And there is a small stream of oddly clean looking water.
Alright, interesting. Part of it is, like, Sid's wondering, it's like, okay, well, I assume we're gonna hunt this thing, but once we do, where do we go from there? Well, he'll kind of whisper, well, I mean, we gotta hunt something, I guess. Are we hunting this?
Might as well.
Well, it seems like it's gonna... Is it still in the water at this point?
I believe Roya has mentioned that it is something is slowly coming towards you from underneath the water. As you can see some air bubbles that are getting a bit more pronounced as it gets closer to that little makeshift, not a dock, damn, I just said it.
Boardwalk?
There it is, thank you.
No. Yeah.
Closer.
Alright.
What are you guys doing? Staying, going, hiding, fighting?
Do we want to try and get the
ducking
drop on this thing?
Might be good. Or sneaking around it. I don't know if we can. What do we have to hide
think we
around
wanna
and
get the-
peek at it from?
Drop on this thing, right? Well, I got something for that, potentially. Well, you're good at hiding, right?
the bed.
All right. I'm assuming we want to get the drop on this thing.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Invisibility on Sidian and Mercy.
Okay, you two
Stay quiet.
disappear.
I
Roya,
am
you just
going
saw your
to-
companions disappear.
Alright. I'm gonna cast Pass Without Trace on myself.
Alright, give me a stealth check. Where would you like to hide?
Where would I like to hide? What is around me that I could hide behind?
There's that large tree on the left side, a bunch of foliage, a lot of
I
branches
think
for
I'm
you to
gonna-
crawl around in that. There's
Uh,
the hollowed out log to your right.
ooh. No, I think I'm gonna hide. I'm like gonna crouch down and hide in some of the foliage.
Alright, go in there, roll me that sneak.
It's also going to whisper to Mercy, just so she knows. No magic, no attacks, otherwise you break the invisibility.
Remind me, for Pass Without Trace, it's whatever my normal modifier is plus 10, or is it just rounded up to a 10?
Plus 10. No, it's
Perfect.
plus 10. Pass without a trace. It's
That's
a
gonna be
really
a
good spell for
32.
groups. 32. You
Jeez.
vanish into that foliage. It almost for a second, you two, Sidian and Mercy think, oh wait, did she also have that invisibility spell as well? Because she is gone.
Yeah?
Said it was a
Disappeared. They'll never see you coming. Sorry.
Da, 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 da.
Sorry.
And as this, Sidian and Mercy, you guys just going to chill where you are invisible, or are you going to try to hide somewhere else in addition to this?
I guess I was also thinking the foliage, but I don't sort of want to encroach on
My hiding spot.
Roya's
Get your.
space. Guess I'll I'll go behind the fallen tree since I need less cover. I can get a better look at it, but it still provides some cover.
Alright. Go ahead and roll a stealth check with advantage.
Check. I'm not terrible at those. I mean, I could have rolled better, but let's see. With bonuses, that's a 15.
Alright. Mercedes, would you like to try and stealth? You're just going to sit still where you are.
I'll stealth. I'll try at least.
Alright, this will be a straight roll. If I believe you had disadvantage on this because of the armor, you just get a straight roll this time.
Yeah, that's a 2. I'm so sorry, guys. I should have known better.
She got
Where-
excited.
where
She was
exactly?
like, friend.
It's like, I want to see the
Where
baby.
exactly would
I
you
wanna
like
see
to
the
try
baby.
and, quote unquote, hide?
She walks up to the nest. Ooh, babies.
So she's actually holding one of the eggs so it looks like it's floating in the air, which is definitely not going to draw attention to it.
I think that's up to you, though.
Yeah, no. And where would you like to hide, Mercedes?
Is there like a little rock or a crevasse or something?
There's a hollowed out tree that you could try and hide behind or in.
Okay, I'll hide in that. Watch, it just picks it up like
Alright.
a pop can and shakes me out.
We'll see. It's a very, very large tree, roughly 30 feet across, hollowed out in certain places. In the places it looks like it hasn't been eaten out by termites or whatever it is that's done this. No, you've got a decent place you think to hide as you wait for whatever this thing is in the water to come out.
Okay, I'll just stay there and see what happens.
Alright. And as you guys wait for a second, as you see the bubbles start to more and more, you do see something begin to break the water. And while you get considering the tracks that you witnessed and the extrapolation that you got from the pop and some of the clues with the nest and what you assume to be the eggs, a little surprised that the first thing that pops out of the water is large tree branches slowly rising. So you see that they're connected to a face with what looks like a tree that was somehow shaped into a body of sorts. Humanoid torso, limbs, legs, ends with very large claws, 3 on each side. Until you see about halfway that you see that it's actually in pieces. 2 pieces, one being held in the beak of a large, you think, almost bird-like because the wings seem to come out next. They seem to glisten almost like scales rather than feathers. And then the bottom half that jumps onto the little pier is in fact feline, matching the prints you found. This looks like a griffin, but not any you've ever seen. Not one that takes to the skies, but one that seems to take to the water.
Interesting. Yes, it is. Fascinated and taking many mental notes.
This is the creature that you see that it is only dead in 2 pieces. Large. Very scary, but currently unmoving in the jaws of this large creature.
Interesting.
Does it look like it's getting ready to attack us?
No, it's currently making its way over to the next nest as it's dragging this odd tree creature towards it. What do any of you do as it's slowly passing where each of you are, dragging this thing from the mire across the ground, slowly passing?
Sorry. Had a thought, but to figure out how to enact it.
And it passes you, and it's built a nest, and it's beginning to break this thing apart into smaller and smaller pieces. Anything?
The griffin-like creature
Yes.
is breaking up. Yeah, I think Sid was expecting Roy to jump in and instigate. But she is.
And right now you're seeing this thing begin to take this tree-like creature apart into pieces and almost reinforce her nest with the remains of this creature.
I mean, again, Sid is interested in potentially even like studying this thing, but we are here for a specific purpose. I guess, let's see. Either one's gonna deactivate invisibility, but I think it's only on him. Can we use this? I don't know if we're gonna have any big combats after this. I think this is the big combat, though. Do I want to do this? I think I'm just gonna go for it. Maybe I want to do this. Sorry, I'm deliberating, because wizards have a lot of options. I'm actually gonna start simple. I'm going to start with Sid with a 2nd level chromatic orb.
Alright, and are you taking your visibility down or just letting it break on you alone when you do this?
Sorry, you broke up there. Could you repeat that?
So I'm assuming you're going to drop your invisibility on yourself, or just letting it break as you cast the spell, but you're keeping it up on Mercy.
Yes, I'm keeping it up on Mercy. This doesn't break concentration. It just ends the effect, on Sidian.
Alright.
I believe that's how it works, yeah.
Yeah, no, because unless something makes you break concentration, anything else invisible is still invisible. I think, so for this one, it's a roll to attack, so roll to see if you hit.
Yeah, and I'm doing 2nd level, and I've got a feeling this wood monster might not be great against fire, but we're gonna see here.
This is an advantage because you were stealth, quote unquote, and you did in fact just manage to not be seen by it as well.
Me. Alright. He actually will step back past the log a little bit to add a little space between him and this thing. Why am I still rolling? Oh, nice! Natural 20. Thank you, Kimmy Die.
Must be nice to have a guy that helps you out.
It does that sometimes.
I'm in a good mood
chaos.
today.
Feeling gracious today. So that would
Kimmy
be.
guys got me in last place, for that fight last time.
I guess that would be 8d4 fire damage. Do we do the doubling dice with a crit on spells? All right. Well, I don't have that many on me at the moment, so I'm going to do 4 twice.
All right. Now, what were you aiming for?
I'm going to aim. Let's go center of mass. Maybe a little bit on the higher end. But I'm aiming for this wood creature.
You're aiming for the wood creature.
Yes.
Okay.
That's 12 for the first 4, and then for the second 4. What's that? Oh, 15. So 27 fire damage.
27 fire damage.
Nice. I should crit more often.
That's a total? Hey, no, it's always a good thing to crit. Usually.
Yeah.
So that's total damage?
27 was the total, yeah.
27 total. If that unfortunately will be doubled considering what that nest is made of.
Woo!
So yeah. That. Well, you definitely catch the attention of the griffin thing.
Well, is the griffin thing alive? I thought it was in its maw. I thought it was tearing it apart.
Yeah, no, it tore it apart and started sticking it into the nest. And you just firebombed the nest and destroyed its eggs, and it is royally pissed.
Okay, I totally misunderstood the situation. I thought it was the wood creature was alive and the griffin was dead. Not the other way around.
Other way around. Wood creature, for some reason, I think that's what it was hunting to make its nest.
Okay. Can I?
Its nest is just a pile of that, and I was kind of wondering why you were. I guess I don't know if you were trying to
I'm
provoke it or
sorry, I
not.
totally misunderstood. Could I have made that against the Griffin, or is it too late for that?
We can switch it back and just say you were aiming for the Griffin.
Okay, I'm sorry.
I know.
Totally misunderstood that then.
Yeah, no. The creature, that thing. That's what it looked like normally, and it's kind of what it did look like, just in half, and then it just kept ripping it apart into strips, and then kind of shoved it into the nest. So you detect. I was really confused why you wanted to like.
Not confused.
Destroy it. I thought you wanted to like kill the thing, and maybe take an egg or something like as, like research probably.
Well, I might still
A
do
souvenir.
that. I'm not trying to destroy
I was kind of wondering, like,
the
the nest and wow, you wanted this thing angry.
I mean, that works too. But
It works. That's definitely one way to do it.
maybe not great, but it would work. Probably. No, I'm aiming for the Griffin. I'm sorry. I guess I zoned out very briefly at just the wrong moment. I thought I thought it was the other way around.
Sorry if
Could
I
I have
didn't make that
changed the
clear.
damage type then? Sorry. Could I have changed the damage type to a different damage
We'll
type?
keep
Keep
we'll
it up.
keep the damage. Fire's sure fine.
Fire's good.
Yeah, no. Fire's still fire. This thing's water, so it's not like it's gonna like fire. It's not gonna be like vulnerable or anything to it, but
Okay,
Fire's
not
still
vulnerable, but not resistant.
Yeah, no.
Okay.
27 fire, that's hurts.
Yeah.
Definitely
All
hurts.
So
So you definitely have its attention. It's very much like now turning to face you, seeing that you're now there, standing very protectively in front of its nest. And you do hear it. Oh, it looks like it's going to try and let out a roar at you, but instead it's an odd, loud kind of squawk. As I need everybody to roll initiative.
Yeah. Yeah, okay. I took the liberty and I instigated, and I mean, it worked.
I mean, nobody else really tried to do anything else.
Sorry, we probably should have coordinated a surprise round of some kind.
Yeah, there's always next time.
Oh well.
You
If you
coordinated like
survive.
an ambush.
To be fair, neither Center Mercy or Roya's groups have been very coordinated.
Yeah. But hey, let's just be honest. This thing is already looking hurt. There's visible claw marks. This thing has already been through a fight when it killed this thing. And I'll be frank, this thing can slap somebody with a minimum of like 80 damage. When the tree monster thing, when they're at their full, the tree monster thing, when it slaps things around, this is a tough motherfucker.
Oh, the tree monster or the griffin?
Yeah. The tree monster. Like the thing you don't have to fight. You don't have to fight this thing. Someone fought it for you. But when it gets a good solid hitting, and I'd tell you this now, it's a 2-turn attack for it to like lift its giant claw-like arm up and swipe. If it hits, it's almost guaranteed to kill you. Because like it does an average of 80 damage, or like 15d10. So this is a Lord of the Rings
minimum.
Yeah, no, it gives you the option to minimum or like roll for it to see if you can go more or less.
Okay.
This is basically a treant from Lord of the Rings. If you don't stay out of its way when it does this, it will rip you in half.
Not good. That was an 11 initiative, though.
Alright, 11 initiative? Yeah. No,
22
luckily, this thing just got finished being killed by something else just as bad, and now they're both very much not at their best.
That would be a very trolling sort of move, though, if I were to just like, hey, I'm going to wait until you get here, and then as you're setting up your nest, I'm going to burn it to a crisp. That would be such a trolling sort of move.
That would have put it into such a rage, it would have forgotten a lot of its It wouldn't be fighting as smart as it's going to be now. So that is also, it can't use a lot of what that likes to do because it's not likely to leave its nest now that it sees something hostile. Okay,
Fair
sorry,
enough.
just one more time. Everybody's initiative, just so I can put it in the one-shot thing to just make a quick initiative thing.
20.
11.
Almost
22.
11. Oh my god. Oh, it rolled a 2. Lucky number 7. So it is definitely going last. So as I understand it, it is Roya, Mercedes, Sid, and then this monster.
Yep. Would this initiative be a good place to start for next week?
Yeah, next
I'm wondering.
time, or...
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I was just about to say, I'm gonna head out, guys.
No, you're good. Nice seeing you, Kimmy.
It was nice listening to you guys. I hope that you guys don't die.
Hopefully.
We'll be
Yeah.
fine.
You want to please join in more if you wish.
Yeah.
Maybe see you
Indeed.
Friday.
Yes. Siler, I hope you can join us as well. You would enjoy
I'll
a
try to
little
log in
mind.
Yes.
and watch.
There's room for you in the pyramid.
Yeah, I'm more of a watcher, less than a player, just because I've never had an account before.
Maybe
Let me
more,
be honest, neither have, we're all new. Ish.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Like, Crystal
Maybe
keeps
try
blowing
to-
my mind with all these things, and I'm just like, wait,
What?
you could do that?
Marvel Rivals drops.
Oh,
on
there's so
Friday.
much. Yeah, no, we usually just go for Marvel Rivals Fridays, or depending on
Sorry,
what we
you're
can pull together.
I also may join in the Minecraft for a time as well.
It is fun.
Also
I'd
just
love to go in there
chatting
and see how you guys. Let's see the new world you guys are gonna build. I'd love to see that. Yeah.
All right, guys.
Yeah.
Love you all. I'm glad I'm so happy I got to hear you guys. Hopefully we'll catch up
Yes.
soon.
Yeah.
But
Yeah, it's great.
gotta go to work tomorrow.
That's
Yeah.
rough, buddy.
Say.
Work.
Love you, people.
Bye.
Sleep well, everybody. Take care.
Take care.
Right.
Rest well.
Bye.
Good night.
Bye.
Good night.
And thank you for
Goodbye,
hosting,
everybody.
Skylar.
I think you already did. Have a nice night.